But like I said, I was late. So this first song I want to do, the guy who wrote it lived in Schroeder, Kurt Gilbertson. He became a good friend of mine, and he would give me these poems all the time to read, and he'd say, hey, you should make a song out of this. So I read 50 or 100 of them. They were pretty entertaining, seriously entertaining. But they didn't really have meter. And then he gave me this one. It was just not like any of the other ones. It was almost like he must have been in a trance or something. And he told me, no, first I wrote the song. And then he came up, he was kind of smiling. He said, you know, Joe, that song's about suicide. I said, oh. And then I think over the course of the next year, he'd hear me play it occasionally. And I think he started thinking must have been start thinking what it was really about. He said, actually, Joe, I told you that song's about suicide, but it's not. It's back when I was moving to Wyoming, and I thought that I might never see the Cascade River again. So it was a love song goodbye to the Cascade River. And I love how the things he's saying goodbye to are like the frothy foam on the Cascade River and the seagulls. Some people speak disparaging of seagulls. Not me. No way. If you watch those birds fly, oh my God, they're incredible. So, Kurt, if you're still alive, I dedicate this song to you and to the fact that the streams are flowing. They're like pregnant right now. And I just love this time of year. And I thought, I want to do a segment on songs about rivers. And I also think it means that goodbyes are really, by doing it this way, I think that Kurt, he brought that river with him. So when you put it into these feelings into a piece of art, your goodbye becomes obsolete because it becomes part of you in feeling. And that's pretty much everything, right?
Saying goodbye forevermore. To the banks of the river roar. To the cascades and the frothy foam. To the spirits that forever roam. To the lakes and surrounding trees. To all spirits that flow free. Saying goodbye forevermore. To the banks of the river roar. the seagulls that smoothly sail, to the animals and forgotten trails, saying goodbye forevermore, to the banks of the river's roar. Saying goodbye forevermore, to the banks of the river's roar.
That was a poem written by Kurt Gilbertson, and I don't know if he's still around. It's funny how time slips away. You know, that was, I think, 1987. Me and my wife at the time had just moved into this old house in Schroeder, and winter was coming on. And Kurt, the guy came by almost every day or every other day, and I thought, you know, that was like quite a welcome. One time in that house, it was an old place, and I was walking through the yard, and it had a really old septic system, and my foot broke through the sod. There was a hole in the ground, and my foot found the septic system, which worked, believe it or not. It was one of them kind of places. All right, I want to do this next one is it's written for what is it? First of all, it's written to Gordon Lightfoot wrote it, Long River, and it's written to the narrator's child, and he wishes that he could give this where he's living to his child. And I mean, imagine that. Imagine his relationship probably broke up because he wanted to live in the woods and she didn't, or maybe it's vice versa. It could be narrated by a woman, and the guy's like, no, I got a good job. I don't want to give it up. It doesn't matter whether it's a male or female. But imagine that. Imagine the conflict of wanting to be in nature and wanting to give it to your child. And anyway, this is he's wishing he could give it to his kid.
Where the long river flows, it flows by my window. Where the tall timber grows, it grows round my door. Where the mountain meets the sky and the white clouds fly. Where the long river flows by my window. There's a tiny bird that calls, and it calls round the window. There's a lonely tear that falls and it falls round the dawn. But when the sun is high, there's no time to cry, where the long river flows by my window. Now if only you could see the closing of the day, if only you could be where the dawn breaks away, by the white cascade, or down in the glade, where the long river flows by my window. Now when this land was made, it was made full of wonders, but one woman's love I just can't understand. And I'd give it all to you if her love were true, where the long river flows by my window, where the long river flows by my window.
I'm going to change my headphone sound. I'll be right back. Whoops, don't want to put it over the headphones. I guess I need to hire a crew to do all this, and somebody to put my headphones on, somebody to brush my hair out of my, or fix it so it's right. Yeah, everywhere you go now, there's water running. Each stream has its own personality. And somehow in this next song, Neil Young captured the personality. I'm going to swear it's the Missouri River. I can feel that this happens on the Missouri River somewhere. And I think it's on the southern bank. He's looking north, and a boat comes down the river. That's the scene I see when I, and then, there's some old decrepit dock that they got there to meet the boats that come by, probably making deliveries and stuff. He captures it. I think in that first song, Kurt Gilbertson was trying to capture the Cascade River. Well, I think Neil Young captured the Missouri River as it existed probably in the 1860s. And I always like to say, these are a man's dying words. He's dying. And he's not complaining. He's not complaining. His life is flashing before his eyes. And the song is only about the last, the minutes that led up to his death. But at the same time, he's thinking about he's not thinking about the fact that he's dying. He's thinking about everybody else. He's not complaining about being shot. He just wants you to remember him to his love, because he's going to miss her.
Look out, Mama, there's a white boat coming up the river, with a big red beacon and a flag and a man on the rail. I think you better call John, 'cause it don't look like they're here to deliver the mail, and it's less than a mile away. I hope he didn't come to stay. It's got numbers on the side and a gun, and it's making big waves. Daddy's gone, my brother's out hunting in the mountains. Big John's been drinking since the river took him alone. So the powers that be left me here to do the thinking, and I just turned 22. I was wondering what to do. The closer they got, the more those feelings grew. Daddy's rifle in my hand felt reassuring. He told me red means run, son, numbers add up to nothing. But when the first shot hit the dock, I saw it coming. Raised my rifle to my eye, never stopped to wonder why. Then I saw black and my face splashed in the sky. shelter me from the powder and the finger. Cover me with the thought that pulled the trigger. Just think of me as one you never figured would fade away so young, with so much left undone. Remember me to my love, I know I'll miss her.
That guitar sounded a little louder than that other one. Well, this is my Sigma. I grabbed it because I was pressed for time, and it's it's right in the key I needed for that song, so I didn't have to capo it or anything. It'll be cool to actually listen to this and see how it sounds. You know, I really need to do this because I can't really, I can't even buy a gig, and I love playing music for people, and so this gives me an opportunity. It's kind of strange, but it has its good points. And its negative points, you know, the negative points is I don't have people in front of me, and you know, I kind of it kind of when you it, but you know, it's a sight thing. It's not a spirit thing, and so, and there's a couple people listening now, but even if you see this post, you know, in the future. You know, the spirit comes through. I'm singing to you too. If you watch this after the fact, I'm not pretending. It's these songs are dear to me, and I'm like, I just want to. On this NeverEnding Song, I'm hoping to do this until I run out of songs, and I just want to like open up my soul, and then play this music. Because you know, back in the day, I worked every weekend, and I'm not complaining. Seriously, I'm not complaining. It's kind of nice to work in Uncle Ralph's garage. Uncle Ralph, yeah, he's the one who provided this studio here. Rivers swollen with rain, or pregnant with rain. This song celebrates near misses in life. It's about near misses. For every on target, and it's about relationship. But if you ever find a really good relationship, for every one really good relationship, you know, that you can share your life or a good part of your life with that person, how many are near misses? Lots of them. This song is about the near misses. Ooh, hey, there's a pun there. Near misses. You know what I mean? Back when you get married, that's your misses. Now that actually happened live. I'm proud of that. And it's ridiculous too, because when he gets to August, he's talking about the chilly winds blowing cold. That's not what happens in August. But I think that's because he's giving you the feeling here. It starts off in spring. The rivers are rushing, right? And it's the beginning of a relationship. And then what happens in the song, you'll notice it, the excitement slows or fizzles out long before summer does. So it's not his relationship, in other words, is not in sync with the seasons in the world. Well, that's probably why he's just not in sync. Oops. So somehow, it's Simon and Garfunkel, April Come She Will. And somehow Paul Simon can get away with saying in August when the winds blow chilly and cold. He's talking about a relationship. There we go. It's sinking. This happened to me about 10 times at gigs where I'd be singing and I'd be like, is this mic going down? It'd be getting lower and lower, and I'm like, oh my gosh, should I finish the song or should I stop the song? How fast is this thing moving? Those are the thoughts that are going through my head. All right. We'll see if that works.
April, come she will, when streams are ripe and swelled with rain. May she will stay, resting in my arms again. June, she'll change her tune. In restless walks, she'll prowl the night. July, she will fly and give no warning to her flight. August, die she must. The autumn winds blow chilly and cold. September, I'll remember. A love once new has now grown old.
Well, that's all I had planned. That's all I had planned for tonight. But I had a little bit more, I think, to say about that song. So if I see a request on there, and I know it in the next few seconds here, who knows? Maybe I'll play another one. But yeah, that's a song. It celebrates the near misses. I got one more note on here in that song. I'm trying to figure out what I was thinking when I wrote this note. it says that this song is that song "April Come She Will" by Paul Simon, and Garfunkel was with him too, is about where freedom meets politics. I try to figure out what I was thinking when I wrote that note. But I know the song is from the movie Mrs. Robinson. And that song is about a relationship. And then you know, and that's what that movie is kind of what the relationship in that movie is what the song, I think, was written for, I believe. And the movie is about politics. The politics of what? Just not politics as it's happening now in our world, but small town politics and what do people think of you and all that stuff. And the freedom part is this young kid, meets this older woman, and he's like, "Whoa, this is going to be exciting." And freedom meets politics. Okay, thank you. Got to decide whether to use the. I'm going to use this 6 because that 12 is tuned up to normal. This is a good one to end with. Jay Porter. I think that's the name on that. Was the person who suggested it. I have to move my monitor closer next time. Close enough. Whoops.
Think I'll pack it in and buy a pickup, take it down to LA, find a place to call my own and try to fix up, start a brand new day. The woman I'm thinking of, she loved me all up, but I'm so down today. She's so fine, she's in my mind, I hear her calling. See the lonely boy out on the weekend, trying to make it pay. He can't relate to joy, he tries to speak and can't begin to say. She's got pictures on the wall, they make me look up from her big brass bed. Now I'm running down the road, trying to stay up somewhere in her head. The woman I'm thinking of, she loved me all up, but I'm so down today. She's so fine, she's in my mind, I hear her calling. See the lonely boy out on the weekend, trying to make it pay. He can't relate to joy, he tries to speak and can't begin to say.
Oh, wow, man. Somebody said, thank you for providing our Friday night entertainment. And that someone is my just fabulous friends, John and Jane. This guitar belonged to John and Jane. I say it belonged to John and Jane because they're such a wonderful couple that they're like one person. And I don't know why John let me have this guitar. I don't know why, but I wasn't about to turn him down. I love this guitar. All right, I should, before I go, I should say something about that last song, because it's a, I first heard that song probably in 1974, right after it came out. And I always thought it was a sad song. See the lonely boy out on the weekend, trying to make it pay. But I met my current sweetheart, Jana, and, well, not my current, my permanent. Sorry about that. Hope she's not listening. Anyway, one of the reasons that I knew she was the one that I wanted to go through all this craziness with is because things like this song, she's like, I don't think that's a sad song. I think he just he spent he had a miraculous time with this woman, and and then he had to go, and he's like, holy cow. He can't relate to joy. I never got that. He says he can't relate to joy because he's never felt it like this before. So it's really a song about, I think, meeting somebody somewhere, and then you got obligations and you got to go, and it's like, oh man, you're driving down the road and you're like, whoa, what was that? I think that's what this song is about. So John and Jane say, that guitar was meant to be yours. You found its soul. Now, man, I don't know. And this is the first live stream I've played this guitar on. I guess I just wanted to wait till I got comfortable with all this stuff. And I got comfortable, and then I forget to press the button. Sorry if you were here early. I spent about 15 minutes as a silent mime. Anyway, we're going to, on Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock, Al Oikri is going to be here, and so is Pat Flack. And we're going to do a live show. And this time, I'm going to try to have somewhat of a set list so I'm not so confused when I'm in between songs. And by the way, I don't even remember if I told about the sculpture in the section that was quiet or not. But Wolfgang, I brought in some driftwood pieces from the lake. And I was talking to a friend out here earlier today, and I turned around and he had made this. He had put one piece on. It looks like a dinosaur vertebrae. And he said, that's a creature. Watch out. If you walk near it, it'll grab your hand. It'll take your hand off. Anyway, thank you for listening. I'm gonna pack it up here, and if you're on tomorrow, and then we're gonna do it again on Monday. Me, Al, and Pat, but I don't have the time yet for that. But if you listen tomorrow and we have a set list, don't be afraid to make a request if you're really feeling it, because like I said, there's spirit knows no distance or time. There's no time in there's no time in distance or spirit. No, spirit knows no distance or time, and so it's just an illusion that you're not in this in Uncle Ralph's studio with me here. All right, you all take care. All right. And thank you.